What's going on today, guys? Today we're going to be messing with Shorty. It's a 5.9s Cummins swapped F150. Big old stack out of the back. I'll be doing a AIRDOG 5G 220 system in this truck. The other fuel system that was kind of just given to me was not cutting it at all. It'll lose all fuel pressure once I come get this thing wide open. Oh, there it is. Truck probably makes, I don't know, probably it should make 500. Obviously it's running out of fuel, so technically it doesn't make the 500. Everyone else's builds that have done it before, dyno proven, 500 horsepower. It's got a 62 65 turbo, 100 over injectors, and that's pretty much it. I mean, that's super simple. Oh, diverter valves and valve springs that are upgraded, 60 pounders, head studded and all that stuff. So I knew I was gonna do more horsepower later on. I said 500 was gonna be enough, and now end goal is probably gonna be about 650 or so. This AIRDOG system should do supposedly up to like 800 to 900 horsepower before you start running like dual pumps or something like that, just to get enough. This truck is gonna be nowhere near that. Hopefully someday a little over 650. And then I have axles to convert it to Dana 60, going over there. The other one's inside, and then a E40D adapter plate with a transfer case and everything to make this 4x4, and hopefully we'll make this a fat ripper or something like that. On the street it'll be pretty deadly versus most modern newer vehicles these days. So let me get it in the shop. I'll start monkeying with it and stuff. Most of that fuel hose I don't have to use at all, because the truck has already been routed with this size. I believe, what size is this? It's half inch fuel hose. No, this is 5/8. Oh, there's 5/8 and then half inch. So I think the one I do have to run for the amount of power is 5/8 on. Like I said, I don't have to really worry about that. It's already got a sump under here with already fuel lines connected to it, so we should be a-okay on that one. Alrighty, so I got the truck pulled inside right now. I was just checking all the hoses and stuff what I need to run. I'm not going to go too far in depth on like talking about how to set all this up. AIRDOG has a really nice video on installing these, so there's no point in me trying to do like a real nice video on it. So it'll probably just be me installing this all as one on a bracket with the fittings already on it. So it won't be too long. But already got hosing in the wiring, seeing how far I can come back. But I'll just show you guys, like when I first did my fuel system in this truck, like it's not the best, I'll be honest. So it's an Aeromotive 1000. Like I said, not the best. It does not keep up with how much volume this truck puts out. Wiring was just kind of just thrown in here, all that. So either way, all this hosing I'm still gonna reuse and not spend too much time doing all the hosing and stuff, so everything still matches up back there. Half inch return and feed. So we'll just put this in here. I'll probably mount it and stuff. You guys will see it mounted, and then me start just cutting this stuff up and start yanking it out of the truck. And so let me go ahead and start assembling the pump a little bit, and then Alright, so we're gonna go underneath the truck, start to do fitment, checking everything. Ooh, GoPro hit the dress shaft. So where I'm gonna put it is right behind the cab when it finishes, and right when the bed starts. We're gonna use this spot right here. So they said to measure it by hanging it right up here, I guess, which is a good spot. And then I'll grab the pump and we'll see where we can fit this. Wow. Actually, it looks like we won't be able to fit it here, which kind of sucks. Yeah, that sucks. Can't fit it right here. This is where I wanted it to be. On the other side, can't really use it because of park brake cables. Okay, never mind. I guess we're scooting over. So we're gonna do it right where the seats would technically be, I guess. So we'll give that a try. See if this will work. So about as high up as possible, because I want it tucked as much. We'll probably do it about right there, so it'll be about the 4 and 3 marking placement, and then go ahead and bolt it up to this thing, and then up to the fuel pump bracket, and then we'll go ahead and lock her in, and then we'll start cutting hoses and stuff and getting her in here. Hopefully everything works out. Alright, so there's the bracket that's installed. There's a spacer to keep it away from the frame a little bit, with the bolts that are supposed to hang over. Let me start getting these fittings in. Like I said, I'm not going to go too far in depth with all that because AIRDOG has a really nice page or a video on it on YouTube. So it's kind of pointless for me to really dedicate that much time. Alright, so I kind of got it all the way together, and we'll get it underneath the truck. Let's go. Oh, I'm forgetting one bracket. Where did I put that bracket? Oh, it's right there. Scooch on there. All right, we're back a couple days later. I had to order some parts. I had to order some keys from the fuel pump. The fuel pump that goes underneath is going to have a return, and it's going to tie into the return line from the injectors up top. So I bought this. This should be real nice versus it being a 90, but I did buy this as a backup. Just didn't know just yet. But this is a brass with clamps and stuff, so I got that. I also got some tailgate bushings, and then I had to buy longer 5/8 fuel hose to feed this truck. It does come with it in its kit, but it's not long enough to where I need it to go to where the fuel pump is on this truck. It's pretty long farther back. Most of the people will, like if they're short bed, they'll have it right here, but I have it like way up yonder. That's the only spot I could fit it on to Shorty. But like I said, it's not a video of me like really going into depth on the install, because there's a bunch of videos on it, so it's just gonna be like little bits cut in and out. But let me get after it yet again, like I always say, and finish this truck up and have it running. Alright, so since I've already had this fuel system already routed in here, this is a return one right here. I don't know if you can see with the light. The wiring that I had originally made up, and then the feed hose, the 1/2 inch that was fed by that pump there. So we're gonna cut it. Make it real simple, as I already have it going right here. Like I said, I'm not gonna fully re-hose this whole truck. It's kind of pointless. So I'm gonna just cut it here. I'm gonna put my little adapters up here, and I'll pinch it off so the fuel doesn't run out of this thing, because it's got a lot of diesel in it, and I have little clamps that just kind of crimp the hose to do all that. So let me install that right now. Let me start cutting it and making a mess. So like I said, these are those clamps you can buy to pinch off hoses and stuff. I'm gonna pinch it off right here. And I'll pinch it off way up here. Which this is also nice and used if you don't want to drop fuel pressure up to the injectors and you have to crack the lines again. You can just pinch it there, and I could put the new fuel system, and then I could hit the trigger or the key on and prime it up to the pump, up to that line at least, and then I'll just undo it and then start the truck, and it should be fine. It might have a little hiccup, but it should be able to bleed its own self. Need to get a new one. Need to get the fitting on back here. Also, here, because I'm having a hard time trying to get to where I need to be. Catch that diesel. And that's it. There's some in the line. Okay, real nice clean cut. So now, I can pull this line out up from front. May need to just drain it just a little. Just a sprinkle. Just a sprinkle. Now we can bring it back up and around where we need it. Do a nice little measurement. Should be about right there where you need it, but we'll just tie it up. This truck's not that pretty. It doesn't need to be showroom built here. It's a pretty good clean cut for the most part. Alright, I got it on there for the most part. If it's this tight to keep going forward, it's probably gonna be way too tight to even come off, to even try to blow the line off. Nice click. Oh, I don't even have to really reroute this thing, but I will zip tie it. It's still nice stuff. I can't be too sloppy on the job, even though somebody will probably say I'm doing sloppy work, but that's fine. All right, so now we got that little fuel line up there. So we'll cut it to where it's gonna be a T right here, real small. Alright, so there's that little T-fitting. And there. Okay, so now I have to reroute the fuel return, the new one that goes this way. I have to pull it all out. I guess I had to replace that part. Move this old one. Got diesel all on my face. Tastes good though. Alright, so there's the old existing hose. Alright, also we're going to be doing some rewiring to the fan that I had in here. A little fan switch with relays out there. The wire was just real sloppy. Don't mind all this. It's just, like I said, it's literally just a burnout truck, and I guess do stupid activities in it. So it's nothing too special. So I'm going to pull it out. Yes, there's more wiring. Clean it up in this video. Pull this up, pull these through, cut them off. And then I'm going to take this brown wire right here, put it into this relay box that I have, which is also a switch panel up here. All these switches up here, battery voltage in the middle. I just hit the switches. I had one more spot left to put on, and that would be available for the fans. So I already have a relay for it and stuff right here. Real nice, fuses, you name it. So it's all ready to go. So all I had to do is just do this wiring, and that is all finished too. And also the fuel system's all done. I'm going to do a video, or I'm going to continue the video back on that in a second here. We're just going to do a little time lapse, clean up this wiring real quick. I'm going to do some wire looms and stuff so it doesn't look that bad. It's mismatched painted underneath this truck. Like I said, just a burnout truck, and just have fun with it type of deal. This ain't no showstopper. So let me get after it. so I finished up cleaning up a good amount of wiring. So like this one's for the fuel cutoff. This is loomed and everything. This brown wire is for the fan. This little red one's for the fuel system. So the whole wiring system for the pump is all tucked right here. I didn't cut that and shorten it at all. I might relocate the pump later on, and I don't want to be cutting and shortening that, so that's fine. I put the relays screwed on the wall. This one's a fuse relay. Loomed it this way. This is nicely loomed. Yes, there's a lot of cables going this way. This is all different cables. One's for the starter. One's for this fuse panel box here. A bunch of ground wires that you have to run for dodges. It's like two different grounds, and then ground going to the module. That stuff will be fixed later on. This is just boogered stuff over here. I'll have to cut and shorten that in another day, because this was a long time of rewiring this stuff. But let me show you the goodies underneath with the fuel pump. So there's the fuel pump. Everything, 5/8 hose on this side, pressure regulator, the regular or the plug-in for it and stuff. It's all plumbed real nice that way. To the fuel cell in the back. I have to finish up zip tying all this nonsense up out of the way, and should be able to start it. Alright, everything's all wired up. Let me see. Hopefully I don't blow this truck up. A couple days ago, that was sticking at 120 psi because the other one didn't have its own fuel regulator. This AIRDOG has its own, so I think I had to bump it up quite a bit, probably like 60 psi, maybe more than that for this truck. Just letting it run for a little bit, bleed its system out.